Andre, could you just update us on Gareth Bale? Is he still a Tottenham player, or will the situation be dragged on for a few more days?
Well, at the moment, the two clubs are speaking, though Tottenham and Real Madrid to outline the final decision of or the final statement and drafts of contracts. I'm not sure how much time it's going to take, so it can happen very, very soon. Might not happen so soon. I suppose it could either go to the last day, it could happen in the next 2 days. I'm not sure.
What specifically has to be resolved?
I have no idea. No idea. It's not up to me to discuss what is up to write in the contracts regarding this transfer.
And can you confirm that there was a rival bid?
No, I can't confirm anything.
And what about, are you disappointed that he hasn't turned up for training in the last couple of days?
I'm not sure, I gave the player the weekend off. Monday was a day off for the squad. Obviously, he's involved in a big transfer move to Real Madrid. In the end, if it happens, we wish him all the best. What he left here is great memories, and the fact that he hasn't turned up, I don't think it's the correct behavior. But in the end, it's a position of pressure and a statement from the player, or whatever that means. But it's the position that he chose to take. It's up to the club now to decide if it's a finable offence. Finable exists.
Mm-hmm.
Finable offence.
You had a very good personal relationship. Do you feel let down personally over not just the events of the last few days, but perhaps the events of the summer?
No, I think you obviously had a great season. What is happening is a dream move for him. So I think in the end this could have happened in a different way. But Tottenham will be, in the end, there will be a three-way agreement. So for the player to go, Tottenham will accept. Most likely the biggest transfer in world football. In the end, I think if Tottenham accepts and everything goes all right, it will be the end of story. So, fine.
You kept your dignity over the summer. What do you think of Real Madrid's conduct? Because they've been erecting stages, apparently selling shirts with his name on the back and his number, even for as much as the last few days.
I cannot comment on actions I cannot comment on the actions that another club has taken. I showed my disappointment before, as you know, and I think Carlo did extremely well because he didn't spoke from that moment onwards. Shouldn't have done it before, but the fact that it was in reality he didn't use any more arguments. So they can do whatever they want. If it's irresponsible or responsible, I really don't care.
There have been lots of reports in the last few days that you're chasing other targets now. Eric Lamela, Christian Eriksen, Chichares, I think is the pronunciation right. What can you tell us about those signings if you're interested in those players?
Yeah, I've told you that we will continue re-strengthening the squad. So we're looking at different positions to make us stronger. I think not only those players, other players as well. So I think in the next couple of days you'll have further news and you will see further new arrivals at Tottenham.
There's been a suggestion that you're trying to drag out the Gareth Bale transfer because you're very keen to sign replacements. Is there anything in that?
Yeah, it's not up to me to finalize deals. So I don't drag up nothing. This is between clubs for one reason or the other. This deal has not happened because it has taken this time. I mean, you wouldn't expect the biggest transfer in world football to happen easily. Whenever they get to an agreement, end of story.
Andre,
Um, Surprised. Obviously very happy for the player. I think the player is extremely happy, as you can imagine. I'm I don't. I'm very unsure of. I would like to give you a little bit more information, but the fact that I wasn't contacted in any way or form by Roy Hodgson regarding the player call-up, because I would have preferred to give my opinion on the fact that he gets called up so soon. If there is to be any continuity to the future of Andros in the national team, it's a great step for him. It means that there is confidence from the manager in him. It means that this is something that is going to be built, something that is going to grow. Is something that the player is going to receive as not only a reward for these last two games, but out of the belief that Roy has in the player. If it's a call out of nothing for consequence or for the fact that he did well and he deserves to go to England, and there is no continuity in the future, if his performances change in some way, or if the player doesn't get involved in Tottenham and in the end he gets dried out, then it's a big surprise for me, because I think a player who gets called up for the national team after two games should have respect and continuity towards the future, should have belief from their manager. So I assume from this moment that there will be that belief. I can recall last season we had Jake Livermore, Tom Huddlestone, Stephen Colker called up for England. At the moment, it seems to have any continuity there.
Do you think Roy Hodgson needs to think more strategically about his call-ups? He's saying it could disrupt.
No. I'm not saying nothing. The only thing is, I think it should be a two-way communication. In the end, Roy explained it to me, and he explained to me the reasons before when he came here that he couldn't do it because he would have to do it with all of the managers. So that was pretty clear with me, and he can decide on whoever he decides to call, because it's his squad. He should run it like he should and he wants, and I'm not in a position to comment any further on any criteria and selection and on why he does it. What I hope for is that for such a big impact on a player, for the smile that he put on his face, for the future of Andros, hopefully we can see some continuity. The only thing I'm reflecting is on a couple of examples from the past. In the end, Jake, Tom were competing to get into the Tottenham team. They couldn't, and in the end, their England call-ups disappeared. So I just hope that there is some foundation that can take these players to evolve in the future.
Is Juan Mata a player you're interested in signing? You worked with him at Chelsea.
I work with him at Chelsea, but first Chelsea wouldn't sell to Tottenham in any way or form, as they think that we are title contenders. The other thing is Mata is a great player of the season last season. Very, very important player for Chelsea, and he's just not going to re-strengthen another team that, in their opinion, plays for the title.
Can I just confirm something I mentioned earlier, so I've got this right? There's no other bid, to your knowledge, there hasn't been another bid for Gareth Bale?
It's not up to me to confirm that. I've told you that this player has dragged the interest from any other clubs. I'm not sure if the chairman will be the ideal position. Obviously, he doesn't sit in this chair to speak to you very often, or never. So, on that sense, I think I'm not in a position to say that if there was a bid or not, but there was certainly interest from other clubs recently.
So Aidan, what Andre's saying is he's not going to confirm one way or the other on that, rather than...
There was interest from various clubs.
Okay, so any more questions? Sarah?
How much of a distraction has the Gareth Bale ongoing transfer saga
No, there hasn't been a disruption. We've been working well. Team is training very, very well. Played 3 games, fortunately, with 3 wins, 3 good wins, and at the moment, there isn't any disruption. We wish if the transfer is finalized soon or whenever. We wish the player good luck in his future. He left great memories with us, and we wish him all the best.
There's no desire there then that the transfer window would close before the season starts. If your own player, down the Tom, as you said, it is a bit of a distraction.
Yeah. Well, I told this in the past. I think to be fair to the Premier League has proposed this to UEFA, but it was something that UEFA couldn't. It would cause many disruptions because there were leagues that were okay with it and others that weren't. I think you've seen recently from most of the managers a great will for that to happen. I would vote yes for sure, because I don't think it disturbs preparations, to the sense that in the end, if you know that somebody is going to be involved in a transfer, or you want to bring somebody, you end up having to choose a squad of the players that are available. So you have to go forward the same way. But I think it can mess with the players' head to some extent, and maybe that's why Ian confirmed it. I think it would be good to finish, for each league. The market would finish for that league in the first day of the season, meaning that from any other league you couldn't buy any more from that league as the league already started. I think this is something that is easily applicable, and I see no reasons for it not that why couldn't happen.
Is finalising the Bale deal dependent on any incoming business for you?
I haven't. On what?
Does it depend on you making signings, the finalising of Gareth's potential transfer to Wales?
I don't think so. We've been very, very active in the market, so I don't think so.
Andre, do you expect to see, if Gareth's move does go through, do you expect to see him again? And is it important for him?
If I see him again
Here.
I don't know. I have no idea.
And is it important for him to manage his exit well, so that he leaves Spurs fans with the right sort of memories, rather than the last couple of days when he looks to be disrespected?
I'm a Spurs professional. I'm not a Spurs fan. So you have to ask a Spurs fan what is their opinions about the situation.
Do you think he owes it to his teammates to come and say goodbye properly and
Very difficult.
managing a squad that's worked?
I don't know. I mean, in the end, different. I don't know. It's up to Gareth. I think he has a good relationship with everybody, and he has saluted the players the other day, and myself included. So I don't know if he should come back or not. The right decision. Yeah, in the end, this is an agreement between everybody. So But I'm nobody to speak for his point of view. I think he goes to Real Madrid, the biggest club in world football, for the record transfer in world football. So we wish him well, I think.
How do you feel about losing him? Because what he did last season was the difference so many times.
Yeah, but we are a very, very strong team, the same. I think this, if this transfer happens, it will give the opportunity for other people to step up their game, step up their responsibility, and I think we have seen that in these last couple of games.
Is the deal a good deal for Tottenham?
If the deal happens, could be the biggest transfer in world football. So this is never. There's never. It's very hard to say because you lose a player that in some way was great to have last season, great impact. Our idea is to be stronger than the year before. If we conclude certain targets that we are looking, we can be that team. If we conclude other targets, maybe we are not that team.
Can we go? Sorry, can we take one question at a time? So we'll go Vicky first.
Oh,
There's not any doubt that it worked. Or
yeah, but you can never know. Everything can happen.
Okay, Sammy, take a question from the back.
Your understanding with the Gareth situation, is he currently on strike, given he's not been in the last 2 days? And will he be in tomorrow?
On strike? No, I don't think he's on strike.
Will he be in tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm really not in the control of the situation, to be fair. So I left it to the club to decide on whatever they want to do, whilst the transfer hasn't happened. So whilst the transfer hasn't happened, the player is a Tottenham player. If there are orders for him to be here and he is not, I can only leave to club officials to deal with it.
What suggests that he's on strike, though, the fact that he's not turning up and meeting his club duties?
Yeah, well, but this is something that is for up to the club to decide if it's a breach or not of club rules. I've given my opinion and I left the club to act upon it. Either if they want to act or not is up to them.
Okay, we're going to take 2 more questions. We're going to take one from Wally and then David there. I'm sorry, but we've had a decent amount on this.
In such a relatively short space of time, you've seen a huge transformation for Gareth.
I know,
Where
but-
he plays, how he plays, where he acts, where he looks even. What sort of changes have you seen in him?
And changes from when?
In Gareth, from sort of the last 2 to 3 seasons?
The player has evolved from left back to left wing to second striker to striker. I think all because of his unbelievable talent. I think this can only happen when players have not only a great knowledge of the game, but great technical ability and great natural talent. It's something that, for example, in Ajax it happens through education, where they educate players of a certain talent to play in different positions. I think in this case we saw a player that has a natural talent to do different things and is able to do it to a maximum potential. So this is, I've only worked with him 1 year. We saw a great development from him, much more involvement. It makes me very, very pleased. I don't think it was down to me. It was down to his talent and his ability. And in the end, he gains access to have a transfer to Real Madrid, which in the end probably can happen.
Okay, David's got the last question.
He strikes as always quite a quiet boy. How do you think he'll handle life off the field in Madrid?
I have no idea. I've never lived in Madrid, so I don't know.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.